1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to Captive Conversations. I'm your host, Adam from Captive Wi-Fi. Join us as we dive into behind-the-scenes stories of hospitality leaders exploring tech, operations, and marketing through the eyes of the experts. Let's get the inside scoop together. Hello, everyone. This is episode 24 of Captive Conversations. I can't believe we're at 24. So I'm the sort of person that just starts and doesn't stop. I don't know what's wrong with me. I had a podcast about 3 hours ago today. So the same top. Hey. Anyway, really excited to have in the studio today Mo from PreShift, the founder. We're going to learn more about him, where he came from, his story, and everything else. So wave hello to everyone. You can give everyone a little wave and then a virtual wave to people who are just listening, because some people listen on the way in. Can you say hello? Can we hear?
I can say hello.
There we go. Nice.
It's a bit too close.
Yeah, a bit too close. You can keep it as far away. Well, nearest as you like. Okay. So we had Mason from Grateful here earlier. His questions, and I'm glad I've given you so much time to learn and to research on those questions, but I think it's pretty easy for you, the first one. So the first question from Mason was, what made you get into hospitality?
At the age that I was at, which was quite young, I'd say 17, late 16s. Money. Very simple.
Yeah.
The original kind of, the reason I got into it was money. I was young, didn't have a lot of experience, fresh out of college, no real uni experience at all, needed work. And hospitality was one of them where you just can get a job.
So what was the first job in hospitality?
Cutting limes in Slug and Lettuce.
Cutting what?
Limes.
Oh, limes. I thought you said limes. I was like, that's a bit... I mean, Slug and Lettuce is at uni, that's great. But yeah, cutting lime. Literally, that was it. Just cutting limes.
I wasn't allowed to serve booze.
Oh, how old were you?
Underage, 16, 17. So you can't actually serve or take it to the tables.
Yeah.
So I was in the back, cutting limes, cutting lemons, citrus cuts all over me.
Oh, God.
Loving life.
Loving life.
Honestly loving it.
And how many... All week? Working all week?
All week, every day, every evening.
Yeah.
Smashing it out. Bar collecting, glass collecting. Just loving it.
Did you have any interaction with like customers as well, or not?
Yeah,
or just
a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
I was very much in the background.
Yeah. Don't talk to him. He's not 18.
He's the lime.
Okay. Yeah. And then where did you go from there? Oh, actually, hold on. We'll talk that. I'm going into history. Oh, naughty me. Skipping through. Okay, so best hospitality tech.
No comment.
Ooh.
Am I your first no comment?
Yeah.
Sorry, and I don't mean to do that on purpose. I thought about it over yesterday.
Yeah.
Being system agnostic.
Yes.
What we do.
Yes.
I can't pick favourites, but if I were to...
Okay, how about this?
Well,
what's one of them a new trend that's out there that you quite like? Because it doesn't have to be your the best, because I have had people in here like saying you can't do, because there's lots of partners out there, right? Exactly. And you're agnostic, like we are, so absolutely. But what's one of the favourite ones, or an emerging tech that you actually quite like? How about that? Well, that's a good one. That doesn't give you any stress. Something that's new, something that's, that you've used. Actually, that's quite nice.
Urban Piper.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Bring that a bit closer.
Urban Piper, due to the reason of a pricing accurately compared to the competitors that pricing.
And then they're responsive as well.
Very responsive, and they have good support.
Yes. Yeah.
Another one I'll give you, Tenzo.
Okay.
Just phenomenal. I know they've been going for a while and not new, but everything that they do.
Yeah. I feel that basically before anyone comes into my office, Christian's outside slipping everyone a tenner.
Yeah. Because everyone say tenner?
Right. Yeah. That's all right though. Hi, Christian. He came on the other day. He was amazing. Yeah. But yeah, I think those two. I think there was talking Urban Piper. It's nice to have something else in the industry to compete against the big giant behemoths that are there.
Sometimes monopolising,
yeah,
isn't it? Like the likes of...
It's like Microsoft and Apple,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah, you can't get away. And it's like, I only have to take Market Man, which is good. I only have to take Deliverect, which is good.
Yeah. I had a conversation with Chris Fletch on the drive up to work today, and he goes, I'm on holiday. And I was like, sorry. And then I carried on talking, obviously, because I do. And I was like, I just want to build a free Deliverect. I just want to build it free for everyone. I want to give it to everyone and they can just pay for the cost of it. Can I do that? And he goes, that's a really good idea. I said, I haven't got time or the money to do it. But he goes, but obviously POS are going that way, right? So people are building it themselves.
I'll give you one more. Open banking.
Yes.
I think we'll come to that. That is like when I was at Served Up, which we'll get to,
Yeah.
we started doing a bit of open banking.
Yeah.
There was one venue in particular that uptick was around 10% immediately from
Yeah.
the offset. And then we started a little bit of loyalty or rewarding customers to try and get on. Up 15, 20%. So people really engaged with the site.
Yeah.
Obviously, they don't understand why am I open my mobile bank.
Yes.
Like I just want to pay. It's very fast. It's very smooth. Obviously, it's great.
And the rate's a lot less, right?
The rate's insane.
Yeah.
I think we were charging, we were charging a fraction of a normal kind of, merchant provider fee and then our fee on top of that. It's pretty much free.
Yeah, I think open banking is massive, and I think a lot more people are looking to adopt it. So
Very much so.
And I think we can talk about that. Okay, so we talked about your we talked from what made you get into hospitality, but we're going to go back in time in the beginning. So we touched on it slightly with your cutting limes, not lines.
Not lines.
There you go. Just to clarify.
No.
In the back, and then was that sort of out of college or uni or?
Fresh out of college.
Yeah.
Fresh out of college.
And what was college?
College was back. It was bad. It was Alder Hill.
Yeah. And what did you do?
Rochdale. I did biology, chemistry, and IT.
Okay.
B's across the board. I was good in school. I just kind of got that.
Well, you did better than me. I got a C and R, and that was it.
Fair.
Yeah. So I went to uni, but I found IT, and that was me. So, but yeah, B's not bad.
Okay, yeah.
B's not bad. I mean, now compared to now with like A stars, and we're all stuffed. They're coming for us. But
then,
okay.
Yeah. Straight from there, I got a retail job, little jobs here and there.
Yeah.
And then went straight into it. A friend was working at Slug and Lettuce. It was like, hey, do you want to try it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's try it. Let's give it a go. Gave it a go. No, you're fine. Gave it a go. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was fun. Then started a job at Loot. Do you ever remember?
I remember Loot.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Them.
Loot was awesome.
It was great. It was really good.
That's where I found. I'm really sad. Yeah. It's where I found the IT. They used loads of like IT things that were going on. Where I think they're like auctions or something. Was it auctions?
Yeah.
I think it was. I had loads of IT auctions, and I'd go in and like get the stupidest deal from like this, half a gig of RAM or something like that. No, I don't. Something like stupid.
Some random components.
Yeah. I love building. Or I broke my brother's BBC Micro and fixed it with stuff from Loot. But Loot was beyond before its time.
Yeah, fun. It's beyond its time. I think it was paper based originally.
Yes.
Paper based, and then online they were the first.
Yeah.
I'd say. And what a downfall.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah.
But I was there for a little while as a sales SDR. Mm-hmm. And anyone that knows me listen to this.
Sorry, just to clarify, because Lightspeed like to use and all the big companies could like to use those new names. So what is an SDR?
Sales Development Representative.
Thank you so much.
So at the bottom right,
some people don't know what these funny names are. So yeah,
basically you go out there and try and get business, and you're at the bottom of the rung of the sales kind of hierarchy. And anyone that knows me knows that I'm not good at sales. I just not. I'm good. I'm too empathetic, maybe.
Yeah.
And
you don't want it? That's okay.
Exactly. It's fine. Don't worry. I'll give you for free. Don't worry. Just as long as you've got it.
As long as you're happy.
Exactly. But got some mentoring. Got there within 3 months. I got fired. Recession.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole company took a hit.
Yeah.
Daily Mail had just bought them, so that was a bit of a weird one as well. And as soon as that happened with the recession, I was out. Got into Strada, if you ever remember them, the Italian chain.
Yes. Oh, I used to like Strada. I didn't know it even finished. I remember Red brand.
Yeah, Red brand.
Yeah,
I got 1 or 2 still going.
I used to love it.
It was so good.
It was
the original, I'd say.
College years.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly that.
Yeah,
they were like medium high end Italian places.
Yeah.
So went there, absolutely loved it.
So which location were you there?
Spinning Fields in Manchester.
Okay,
So
nice.
all of this is in Manchester.
Yeah.
Started there. And was lovely working with friends, making tips.
Yes.
Kind of, real hospitality job, proper outside of Slug and Lettuce.
Actually, taking and actually being in front of people.
Exactly. And getting that vibe from people as well. And then, as many people might know, hospitality is a bit of a cult.
Yeah.
Got sucked in. That was me for life then.
Yeah, you were done.
With Strada.
Yeah.
We're not with Strada, with hospitality itself.
Yeah.
So Strada happened, went from there to Bella Italia to cover for a bit, Cafe Rouge to cover for a little while.
Oh, good old
Cafe
Cafe
same
Rouge.
group.
That was when it was big.
When it was good.
The steak baguettes, right?
Good, yeah, exactly, yeah. And the confit duck that they used to do.
Yep.
It was CPU, but it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Central production unit.
There you go. See, he's learning. There you go. Great. Nice.
The But on after that, I got recruited by the best company I've ever worked for, Living Ventures.
Okay.
They run Alchemist. They're not very known in London. Massive in Manchester. At the peak, they had around 30, 35 sites.
Yes. Alchemist is awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Such a good brand. So I started with the first Alchemist they had in Spinningfields.
Okay.
Didn't get recruited for that. Got recruited for the Oast House, which was a pop-up, meant to be a pop-up for 2 years while the land lease was getting sorted, etc.
Yeah.
Joined as management, built the place from the ground up.
GM or?
AGM.
AGM, okay. Yep.
With my GM, Elliot, who was amazing. Taught me a lot.
Yeah.
And we were laughed at initially from everybody in the LV space, the mentor space. They were like, oh, they're the cafeteria. We'll come see you in a bit. You're not going to make much. We cleaned up.
Really?
I think first week we were on 30 grand. And
really?
Up from there. It was insane.
Nice.
And
that location where it was it a busy area or was it not?
Was it financial district?
Nothing. So you just brought people to it.
Exactly.
Nice.
So now it is a hospitality hub.
Yeah.
And what Tim Bacon and Living Ventures have done for Manchester and the wider group is insane. Yeah. But the Oast House is still there, but the brand itself spun off into the Botanist.
Yeah, Botanist. Okay.
And got sold to Newark pub trading company and is now a much bigger thing. Are we going full history?
Yeah, I mean, keep going.
Fair. After that, there was a lot of...
None of this is on your LinkedIn, man. I know. You need to add this stuff to... I mean, seriously, private. Your LinkedIn is he's like 4 things on his LinkedIn. Yeah. Like, come on. You need to start showing... Like, you need to just put... you need or even an About Us on your freaking website. Do you have an About Us on your website? No. Our team, Mo, one line.
Yeah.
I created the company.
Yeah. It's the humility. It can be a bit too
you've got to
much.
Stop it. I had Stephen Rolfe from Curve. He was the first company in the UK to have kiosks with Toast.
It's a big shout.
Before McDonald's. And he doesn't talk about it. Oh. Right? So I was like, you've got to talk about it. And he's like, I know. And so I get people like you with like doing what you're doing. This is fucking awesome. See, listen to people. Anyway.
Shout about it. But also, I think it's a part of me that I'm quite private, so my Instagram's not down, and it's only street photography stuff. It's
me too.
You know, so LinkedIn.
I haven't posted on Facebook for a very long time, except for Captive.
I deleted my Facebook.
Did you?
One of them. Just got rid.
Yeah, I have some cousins that are in the middle of nowhere. That the only time I see what's going on. But yeah. But this isn't like this is work. But you know, work's very different to private.
On top of that, though, makes me fucking cringe.
Really?
LinkedIn is so cringy. Not everyone.
Yeah.
But like to make a post on LinkedIn, you have to cringe it up.
No, you don't. You just use the AI if you want to.
Oh, there you go.
So you got the AI now. I think someone posted this morning saying, did a post, someone I know did a post and used just AI, wrote a bit and then expanded on what they wanted to say. And he says, this is my first post with LinkedIn AI. And actually, it was all right.
Also, there's AI within LinkedIn?
Yeah.
I need to log on more.
You do. You do. But I think it's important to show presence, right? You've got some awesome, we'll talk about it later, but you have some great clients. And anyway, so Living Ventures...
Living Ventures, to be honest, for 6 years, off and on.
Wow.
Off and on.
Okay.
So I...
you dipped out into other stuff?
Yeah. Well, no. My 20s were quite hedonistic, so I travelled a lot.
Nice.
Travelled a lot in my 20s, but LV was
so basically you saved up money at LV and then went to spend, and then you saved up money and then you went to spend.
Exactly.
Perfect. Typical hospitality.
But then coming back, management, coming back, doing this, doing that. My jewel in my crown within livelihood would be Manchester House, which was Aidan Burns' restaurant, who might not be well known in London, but highly regarded up north. I hope he doesn't mind me saying he's not going to be listening. Well, maybe.
You never know.
You never know.
But go on.
He is an excellent chef, the youngest Michelin star.
Really?
The youngest chef to receive a Michelin star.
Yeah.
And started Manchester House, and we did a TV show with BBC Two.
Oh, awesome.
Which the first Michelin star in Manchester.
Yeah. Wow. That's the same group or different group?
Different group.
Okay,
so
nice.
We were doing a competition between the French at the Midland, Simon Rogan.
Yep.
And Aidan Byrne. Michelin did not like that. Like, they don't like the pomp.
No.
Trying to ask for it and stuff. Yeah. And interesting story. Fuck, I haven't shared this, but interesting story. They never make themselves known, Michelin stars.
No, never.
Ever.
Michelin, you won't see them.
Very secretive.
Yeah.
And their whole thing is consistency. So they'll visit 5 to 6 times a year.
Yeah.
And if it's consistent.
Yeah. You don't drop your life on the floor.
Exactly. Yeah. So what happens?
But there are markers. I'm sure there are little markers. Someone knows the insides, but yeah.
Well, there's this thing about they leave a fork on the floor, but they don't anymore. I think that maybe in the 90s. But so 2 gents come in, Rolexes, looking sharp, very stern, typical Manchester House kind of business clients. and they come in and I'm serving them, my section.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey guys, how are you? Blah, 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 doing the whole spiel. And it's quite high end, but fairly casual. And we're talking through the menu, etc. First thing they do is they order a Kia, K-I-R.
Yeah.
And immediately, I had it in the back of my head, but I knew I'd messed up. I put through a Kia Royale.
Yeah.
Kia is very, very rare. People don't order Kias.
Yeah.
And of course, these guys are going to try and mess around. So I got the Kia Royale from the bar, about to put it down. And went, you ordered a Kia, didn't you? He was like, yep. Sorry. No.
What's a Kia?
Kia is cassis, creme de cassis, or chartreuse, the blackcurrant liqueur with Chardonnay, not champagne.
Oh, I had no idea. I'm learning something today.
These guys catch you out.
Yeah. Very clever.
If I was there like, we don't do a Kia, what was a Kia? That would have been really bad.
Yeah.
But I checked myself, which was okay. Ish. Then deliver the cocktails, everything's fine. They order a half bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And that's another mark.
Yeah, apparently.
Sorry if I'm letting out all you see, but tough.
You're not waiter ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Or in a restaurant.
Exactly.
So you're okay.
They ordered a half bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Firstly, it was out of stock. So then they went, okay, no problem. We'll order a second one. Wrong vintage. Okay, sorry. It's getting touchy now. But they're normal customers. Regardless of normal customers, everyone is a Michelin inspector. Everyone's treated with respect.
Yeah.
We get through the meal and they're ordering. Everything's fine. Their main course takes around 25 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I go up to the kitchen, and this is a kitchen where you really don't go up to, but I've got a good relationship with the chef. So Nathaniel's there, Nat, Ada's there. I'm like, no, table's been waiting about 25 minutes. Fuck off. It's coming when it's ready.
Yeah.
Fair dues. Comes out very late. At the end of the meal, they pull aside Aidan Byrne. Yeah. They were like, we really, really wanted to, and it wasn't their first visit. We really wanted to do something here, but they went through a full report. Is this too much? Oh, well. They went through a full report. I'm an oversharer.
No, this is great. It's all about the story. It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. Go on.
So they went through their journey. They came in. One of the head office people was leaning against the wall on his phone. First entry. They went through, the service stuff. It wasn't bad. I was covering a section I wasn't meant to be waiting, but said it wasn't bad. But obviously, Kia went wrong, wine went wrong, pain went wrong. What the fuck? So it was a real blow. And then we had to have a retrospective, like a little meeting afterwards. And I had to explain to everyone what it went through. Yeah. But Aidan was deflated.
I'm sure.
But look, they judge on consistency and we let it down.
Oh.
Yeah. We let
so you got it?
No, we didn't.
Oh, you didn't get it?
No.
Shit.
And then the French didn't get it either. Another restaurant.
Okay, well, there you go.
A couple of years down, another restaurant got it.
Wow.
By a chef who's...
God, it's so difficult, isn't it?
Very well deserved.
So difficult. You got to be on all the time.
You do. And it's very political.
Yeah.
I think it's not like there's certain 3 stars. Go on. I'm in gossip mode. Sketch does not deserve 3 stars.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Why are they having consistently 3 stars? I don't agree that they should have. Certain Gordon Ramsay restaurants, I'm going to get hit by that. Certain Gordon Ramsay restaurants with their stars, like, do they deserve 2 stars consistently? Is service that good? Have I heard feedback where it's not? Absolutely. So there's politics in play.
Yeah, I'm sure. There needs to be a new one.
It's to get in line and wants to get in line, etc.
You'll be the PreShift guy, not Michelin guy.
Exactly.
That's what you need.
That's it.
That's what's about. Okay, so that's a great experience going into that environment, and then because it's very different to general hospitality, right? It's a complete 180. Yeah. And then I guess you got to see all the different levels of service because that's proper up there. Okay, so from there?
After that, went into management. So I lived in Melbourne for a little while.
Oh, nice.
So managed a few restaurants out there, but it was always, I never left Melbourne. I was on a working holiday visa, never took it seriously to live in Australia.
Yeah.
Big regret, if I'm honest. The life out there.
I've still not made it to Australia, to be fair. I got to Bali, that's as far as I got.
One day. Lived there for a while, managed a few restaurants, and then came back and started consulting.
Yeah.
For friends, sorry.
No, you're all good.
Started consulting for friends, just opening restaurants, saying it wasn't officially consulting. It was like, hey, I'm opening a restaurant. Can you help?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know someone who can help.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then managed a few places, moved into ops for a small group.
Yeah.
And then COVID took me out and was not on furlough. Unfortunately, this company fired everyone prior to furlough being announced and then did not take that back.
Yeah.
Which a lot of companies did.
We didn't do that. We looked after our team.
Yeah, exactly.
And we looked after all our clients. But anyway.
Look after your teams.
Yes.
And you said this. Very, very good that you did that. Absolutely love that you just gave them a
Yeah, and they didn't charge. We literally took everything down to zero, unless they wanted to keep basics. Do you know what I mean?
It's humanity, right? But then our landlords, I'm hearing, are clawing back rent.
It's weird though as well, because there are loads of sites that are available now. So there's actually deals happening. There's some interesting deals happening now where they're realizing they've been. Yeah, GoPro's gone off. It's fine though, because it goes back on. You see, we just press the button, but that's not the main camera, so we're okay. But thank you for letting me know.
It's me, so I feel like
it's directed to you. Yeah, I never use that, but it's there with a little thingy. Sorry everyone. I digress. But I was talking to some clients today, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we are looking for sites. We're interested in this and blah blah blah," and they were like, we're speaking to agents, and actually there is some good deals available depending on who you speak to and what agents are out there. So, and it's nice to see the independent brands finding those sites
100%,
rather than the chains that they used to, because they used to give it to them, right?
Just give it to anyone, yeah. And I'm going off tangent, but I think they're doing something similar on Oxford Road,
Oxford Street. Yeah, so I think the Crown Court doesn't want I think they were doing a deal. I don't remember the article, but they were doing something where they want independents in, and they'll help bring independents in, whether it be retail or hospitality. With Oxford Street and Regent Street, not the same freaking sweet shops,
phone shops, and like
the sweet shops. My friend saw a white van offload dodgy stuff coming out of this, literally straight, and then on to the next sweet shop. But they want to get rid of all the sweet shops and turn it in, because
100%. Imagine it. Anywho, where were we? So we moved into Ops and then moved to London. Manchester, I had a good year during COVID.
So during what did you do during COVID?
Fuck all.
Nothing.
Absolutely fuck. Just enjoyed life. I'm in the best shape I've ever been to.
Working out
at home, eating well, just like really looking after myself.
Yeah, you were like my friends who were like, "Do you want to go for a walk?" And I'm like, "I'm working." What do you mean I'm working? Aren't you on furlough? No, I'm working. So
it's mad. I luckily had a bit saved up.
Well done.
Just took some time off, and then
so then after COVID you moved to London.
After COVID moved mid COVID.
Yeah.
So
you got a good deal then.
Yeah.
You're like
not a bad deal actually. They messed me around when our friend Boris Johnson announced that everything was open and Eat Out to Help Out was happening. I think so. It was straight after that. Moved to London, everything was fine, and then that Christmas I think they shut it down again. It was like you're only allowed to drink outside again. So I got hired to run a pub for a nice pub group in Islington, and it was a beautiful pub, absolutely gorgeous. Things didn't work out, but that happened again with the kind of where am I going now? Sorry, so I left that job. Yeah, then got hired by. Wait, where's the timeline? What happened?
Oh, here we go. Am I losing you? Came to London, got a bad deal. Eat Out to Help Out.
Started that job, then left that job. What did I start after that? Yes. Then I went over to the dark side.
Ooh.
That was the point. I went over to the dark side. Nope, I didn't go over to the dark side yet. Sorry. I went into ops for a smaller group.
Yeah.
So we opened 2 restaurants, the Red Duck in Balham and Bamia in Clapham.
Yeah.
Northcote Road, Battersea. Both incredible restaurants. Andrea, Chi, unbelievable people. Rocker.
Oh, nice.
What's the big one? Duck and Rice.
Yes.
P-Day, all of that stuff. So really, really smart
good pedigree.
People, very, very good pedigree, and learn an obscene amount from them people. And I need to text Andrea back. Sorry, Andrea, I'll cancel that. And
you would have texted back before this comes out, so it's okay.
Maybe I had to text him back, but I will. And
then the dark side.
Dark side. So essentially, Omicron hit us hard. So Bamia had to close. It was tough.
Yeah.
To open a restaurant in COVID, absolute hell.
Yes.
Labour was going through the roof. Patrick, who's with PreShift now, was doing incredible things with food, and the investors were so happy, but just money, just Omicron. There was one day when it was announced, and I still remember the video. I still have the video. I made a video of Northcote Road, and it was fucking empty.
Dead.
Like there weren't even people in All Bar One. Which there's always
someone in All Bar One. Always someone sitting there.
Always. Yeah. So that was the kicker. So Bamia closed. Dark Side was I'm going to mention them. Peckwater brands.
Okay.
Can I?
You could mention the United.
Peckwater brands. The antithesis of hospitality.
Yeah.
Just going into takeaways, teaching people. I was an account manager, regional account manager, teaching people how to cook really bad food and charge people really high prices.
Great.
And then not make a profit.
Oh, and not make a profit.
Not make a profit.
That sounds amazing.
These guys charge an obscene amount. So that didn't work out really. It was 3 months or so, but it was a step foot into the tech.
Yeah, interesting.
industry-ish.
Yeah. Immersing.
And then it was over to Served Up,
The other dark side.
the other dark side, Served Up, which...
And that is on LinkedIn. So I found that bit on LinkedIn. So we're getting to the bit that I know about.
bit.
Okay.
Served Up, phenomenal. I think their QR product, genuinely one of
What if you were ordering
Yeah, sorry, I should
Yep.
explain. They're a QR ordering
and pay at table and
pay a table,
Yeah.
etc. And they started as Charged Up, which is still going. Most of you will see Charged Up
Oh,
stations.
the station. I said didn't know it was the same company originally.
Next time you come out of the toilets and are gonna use hand sanitizer, and it's white and it
Yeah.
stands tall and it says cleaned up, same company.
No.
Yeah.
Clever.
Smart. He pivoted.
Clever.
Shrewd, I would say, rather than smart. He. So
They're charged up just that they had.
Charged Up-
That was that first. That was their first.
Charged Up was their first, yeah. So Hugo started out of uni saying, look, Boris bikes are a great thing. Why can't I charge my phone in the same way?
Yeah.
I could just pick up a charging bank,
Yeah.
drop it off somewhere else. Beautiful.
Yes.
So they're on their second iteration now of that product. But then obviously COVID happened, so they had to pivot.
Yeah.
Bought a load of alcohol sanitizer and machinery or whatever. And
Very clever.
pivoted, sold that on.
Yeah.
Then started Served Up and said, look, we've got a load of hospitality clients with Charged Up stuff. They're reopening. They can
Good point to entry.
Exactly.
Well, and then let's build a pause. I mean, who the frickin' goes to? I mean, other than other people I've spoken to, but at that point, to build a pause when there was probably already 15 in just in the UK.
Just plug into other pods.
Yeah. Did they buy one or did they build one?
They built it from scratch.
Wow.
And that's the point that I joined.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of friction. I think the head of product is incredible, and I stand by that.
Yeah.
Really, really smart man. CTO, incredible. Stand by that. Really, really smart people in that company, and they all are, and all are doing incredible things now. And it was their baby, and I really saw it going somewhere. But
It was built here.
it was built, all here, yeah.
To be fair, I've seen a lot of solutions. I didn't really have much. I've not had much immersing into that black brand.
No, not at all. I'll tell you what.
Here we go. How long were you there? You started what role?
Started as CSM,
Yeah.
just customer success manager, then went up to senior CSM,
Yeah.
and then leading that team.
What was that like? Because on the other side, when people be like, "Oh, it doesn't do this, doesn't do that," and you're like, "I've been there, I understand it."
Exactly that. There was a lot of empathy.
Yeah.
People found
Well,
it
to be fair,
hard
hearing
shout.
your voice on the other end of the line as well, you're like, "Don't worry, everything's going to be fine."
Exactly. But then within me, do you know what the problem was? Is I knew it wouldn't be fine because we've started, well, there was two problems. Beautiful QR product.
Yes.
And then selling a half-baked POS product.
Okay.
To customers that were a bit too important for that half-baked product. So I'm not, I can't, hindsight's 2020 or whatever, but potentially it could have been a better approach to that sales rather than going for enterprise clients immediately.
Yeah.
It could have been like, let's slowly build.
Yeah, learn from mistakes,
Exactly.
make the changes, make it better, and then go.
Iterate, exactly.
Yeah.
So the CEO was going gung-ho, signing up some big clients, whereas the CPO, CTO were like, look, we are ready for this kind of client, but we're struggling.
Yeah.
We're struggling to get to that. And you're selling things that we're not ready for.
Well, that's POS. No offense to
Exactly,
when you were there, but
100%.
like
It
the
is.
old school
It's not
POS
there.
people
Yeah.
are still the same. Well, we'll sell you the world.
Yeah.
And then when you get there and you open up and you're like,
Shit.
why doesn't it do that? Oh, that's on the roadmap. We'll do that in 3 months. Well,
Yeah.
what you said, the guy that told me and I sold me on the thing, he said, this, it works. Oh, sorry, I don't have that information. Or he no longer works for us. That sort of thing. Which, that's old school POS. So they took that. Okay.
Yeah. As a whole, they took that route, but there's a COO that I haven't mentioned, Veronica, who was in between and just trying to keep everything together and was doing fantastic work, but struggled to marry the two worlds. And that was the downfall really of Served Up, and unfortunately it got acquired by Sessions.
I know. They're one of our clients.
There we go.
So, and it's very interesting because they've now used it in their own way,
Exactly.
for this, which is really clever.
Yeah.
And they've taken what are the team, didn't they?
They took one or two of the team and now the UX designer as well. So they did it
Nice.
smartly.
Yeah.
I think it kills me that they bought it, and they're great, but it just kills me how close we were, because we were really making progress right at the end.
Yeah.
Where everybody was sitting around the table and going, right, okay, let's just regather. Let's think about what we're doing. Let's think about the type of customers we have.
Yeah.
What priority list we need to have for these customers, and build it. And then we were just nearly there, and took a hit. And obviously, I think finances and stuff, it's not my place to say.
Yeah, of
but
course.
things happen. And So Sessions took it from there. So then I helped a little bit with the transfer. So they took me on for around 4 to 6 weeks just to help out. And I think they're doing phenomenally with it. It's in their businesses, and the model that they have,
the model's
franchise. And then putting your POS in as well, you've got them by the balls.
Well, then you've got the but then you've got the control of everything they're doing. And I'll be honest with you, I opened the delivery app on my phone, and 3 of their brands just popped up. I was like, where? Hold on, I know these brands. I've worked with them. I was like, this is strange. And then I looked at the address, and I was like, and it's in this place that isn't open during the day. Yeah. It's like a nighttime place with local. No one's ever in it. And 3 of their brands are from it, and they are killing it. And that site on its own, probably. I mean, I see drivers going continuously out, and then they're using 3 of the brands because you cross sell. It's just a very clever idea. Incredible. I tell people about it all the time. If you've got space,
shout out. 2 of their brands are Sobe Burger and
you got Patty Guy, Chicken Bun, and
Sobe Burger are both Alex Metcalf's from Appetite.
Oh,
those are his brands.
Are they?
Yeah, got acquired. I'm sharing too much, maybe. But
that's awesome.
Yeah,
well done, Alex.
Yeah, well done. And that's the Sobe Burger is a top-selling brand across the.
Sobe is good. It's good food. There was I think they were in Pop Brixton. They had a proper site in Pop Brixton for a bit. But great. And then I think we've got a couple around here of the dark kitchens. So clever. Anyway, we can go on about that. I need to get. To be fair, I met Dan Warren when Sessions was being created, like as in the hall, just shelter hall, and we got introduced to him, and we had a chat about that. And I actually did the tech for the shelter hall during COVID. With mask and high vis on, and builders wearing nothing because they didn't care, with the shared toilet. And I went in, installed everything, and they had Sum Up or Goodhill back then, and Goodhill asked me to do the install. So, and it was amazing. Literally, they had like MDF tables. So half of it had been built. The bar had been built, and the pizza oven area had been built, and everything else was just literally MDF tables. Oh my God. And they opened like that, and they had and they had like shelters with it was amazing. They did such a good job to open during that, and they were the only people, because Goodhill had just released the order at table because you couldn't go up to speak to anyone. And I remember that was mental. Driving up to Brighton, I was like holding my breath driving to Brighton. So that was amazing.
Peak COVID times,
literally, it was. I think it was mental. But they did a really good job to open in the conditions they had.
They really did.
So I give them big props.
Big props.
That's a great venue. Okay, so
they nearly lost it to Box Park.
Say again?
They nearly lost it to Box Park.
Did they?
I believe, yeah. Rumours, but I'm glad they got it.
It's nice to have an independent, and they've got they can like an incubator, a bit like what Curb do. They can incubate brands and do stuff with it. Okay, so you left there, and was that when you were like, oh, what do I do now?
Then I...
Someone stick a little knife in the side of you and say, you should set up your own.
No, well, kind of, but... close your ears, Hugo, but Hugo's CEO of Served Up, we were told to just go on, leave, turn on your out of office, etc. It just didn't sit right with me, and I give a shit about customers genuinely, and I'm not just saying that, I really care.
Yeah.
And I shared my personal number with a few of them, where I was like, look, you're going through some shit, you need your card readers changed and stuff, I know stuff's going to come up, the only person you're going to be able to speak to is an amazing support person, but they're in the Philippines, so they're not going to be able to be hands-on.
Yeah.
If you need anything, just give me a shout.
Nice.
I don't mind. I'm not,
not
doing anything right now. And they did. And it was Birdhouse.
Oh, hello. Nice.
Massive props to Will Fuller and Fraser Timmerman.
Their venues are awesome.
Unbelievable. And their story is incredible as well. I think they started with a very small kind of loan with pop-up.
Oh, really?
And now they have 4 venues.
What's the one with the side thing with the
Hawk's Nest?
Oh my God!
They've got Skylark.
They need to talk more about that, because the whole story behind what they did and what they started with and how they expanded. It's not even not talked about.
It was an alleyway.
Yes.
Now they've turned it. I would say it's now an institution.
Yeah.
I would say in that area is the go-to place for having drinks, for having
It's
amazing
really cool. And what they've done with the freaking that alleyway is...
Well, I think it's a joint effort from Shepherd's Bush Market as well, because they're
next door
development. And they want to make the area more attractive.
Well, there's no way they've done it already, haven't they?
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
so they were the first. So I went in to help them at Peckham. And
so they had Served Up.
They had Served Up. Yeah. Sorry, they were Served Up client now.
Yeah.
And I was their account manager. And they rang me and they were like, Mo, can you just please help out? Tills are doing their usual thing. And look, I'm not bitching about it. It was a beta product. Whatever's after beta. It was getting there. And went in, helped him, And he started going, I'm going to go for a certain POS company. I was like, I don't know about that because they're sunsetting a certain part of their product, which is QR. So I'd be cautious. Have you thought about these guys? And he was like, oh yeah, we'll do some shopping. So I'm there plugging in a printer.
And then chatting to him away about stuff. And you're like,
But then Will runs over. He's like, Mo, Brainwave, this is going to be a big thing to change all this tech. I don't have the fucking time for it.
Yeah.
You've got a bit of spare time. I don't want to be, I don't want to be rude or anything.
Yeah.
But prior to this, they're lovely, they're genuinely the nicest people I've come across in the industry. And most helpful. They already offered, like, if you need some bar shifts or anything like that, I was like, thank you. But, it's very kind.
It's very nice.
Really nice. And then he said, look, I don't want to be offensive or anything, but do you want to do it? We'll chuck you whatever. Like, nothing major, but do you want to do it? And something clicked in me with, like, this is exactly what I want to do. For the 15 years I've been in hospitality, dealing with good tech, bad tech, average tech, being missold to, being lied to, trying to get on support when 4-man deep.
Been there through
just all of it. And then I realized there's something needed here as a translator.
Yes.
Between the hospitality industry and the tech industry that's needed. And they were my first client. And they still are, with me, and they're very happy.
And when was that? What year was that? When was that?
23.
Yeah.
Yeah, mid. And they were amazing. Just loved it. Loved working for them. Implemented Lightspeed, StoreKit. They're so caring of their staff. And I think they come from a background that is as well. So one of them's from Soho House. Fraser's from Incipia. So they have strong
great backgrounds.
So they treat their staff well. Most importantly, I think people miss that in hospitality is they are your everything, your staff, because they treat your guests.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
that's the brand, isn't it? They might keep that brand.
Exactly. Where's it going?
So that's you starting, and then the name, or was it what was that? So you did the transition,
yes,
and then you put Lightspeed StoreKit, you put that in.
Yeah.
Hello, Angus.
Hi, Angus.
We'll put links to the solution providers, including you, in the show notes. And so you switched them all over. So they had iPads anyway, right?
They had,
or was it Androids?
It was no, they had iPads, but they had to go back because. Served made a decision to...
Hold on, they had to go back?
They had to go back.
Well, iPads actually, they were loaned or rented?
They were on 3-year leases. Right?
Oh.
Through Hardsoft.
Hardsoft? Oh, good old Hardsoft.
Yeah. But 3-year leases for customer iPads.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, shit. I think the hardware bill every month was in the 6 figures.
Oh my God, it must have been mental.
For all customers. And we were giving away free hardware. Customers weren't paying shit for hardware. I'm so sorry for sharing too much. Tough. They got all iPads back. You got all your iPads. All iPads.
Yeah.
So then they were like,
but printers were fine, right?
Printers were fine.
Yeah, printers were fine. Card readers. What did you have then?
No, they were Zettel Bluetooth.
Okay.
So we went in with Lightspeed payments.
Yeah.
they were not one of the first customers.
Early adopter. You were definitely an early adopter.
When you couldn't partial refund, etc. Sorry, Mike. And then that
was your choice to take a technology solution that didn't have it. It's your fault.
It was my bad. It really was.
So switch it out. Switch it in. How many venues?
I'd gotten really good rates. It was 3 venues.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so Skylark.
And they're not small.
Just not small venues, big venues. And PreShift, yeah. So PreShift's not a thing in London. What it is, and the amount of times I mistype it as PreShift, like a lot. I swear.
You need to edit it in your iPhone. Yeah.
Autocorrect.
Yeah, autocorrect.
I should do that.
Just like in PR.
The other way around.
Yes.
PreShift comes from a PreShift briefing, which in Manchester is a big thing.
Yeah.
In the North is a big thing. America a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's every department coming together and having one voice, and you're all on the same page. And
I think just people call it different things.
Yes, exactly. Obviously. It's a briefing down.
Yeah, a briefing. We call it briefing down here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But briefing for a company.
Yeah.
That's it, right. But the blog I might call the briefing within PreShift.
Yeah.
So the idea was the same with technology, bringing everything under one umbrella. So the goal is, I'm not selling PreShift here, but the goal is to have a product that kind of ties everything together, one platform that you can see everything, not Tenzo-esque, different. With employee data in there. Okay, supervisor level, you have this access, you've got these reservations in. KP comes in, they've got a prep list of a certain kind. Goal is to have all under one umbrella, because there's 2 options, right? You can go all in one, or you can go tech stack.
Yes.
Managing a tech stack, spicy. 15 dashboards open,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So I want to solve that problem to a certain degree. And we're doing it manually right now with all support comes to one place.
Yes.
You know, kind of account management as well.
Yeah.
Comes to one place. Customer success on steroids, kind of what Elliot Twice Baked did and took inspiration from him, really.
Yeah.
And how phenomenal his business is.
But an interesting thing is touching on that. 5 years ago, there was just like a couple of consultants that were just available. Yeah. And what I love now, and talking back on Tenzo with their breakfast and stuff and their partner network, there's now the opportunity for businesses and hospitality business to find people like you and others as well. And it's very much recommendation based as well, which probably helps you too. But I love that there's someone to call.
Yeah.
When I'm doing this project, and sometimes you get through someone, you'll go to POS and POS will be like, well, yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah.
But now they can go, actually, we know someone who can. So that's really nice to have someone to go in and go, hold on, but we want to do this, but we need this stock control. I haven't got time. And no one's got time.
Exactly.
So I think that's a nice piece. Thankfully nowadays, and what you're doing and building your team, you're allowing people to get on with their business and then you sort of take care of the rest.
Exactly that. And I think that's where hopefully Willem Fraser and Birdhouse especially have benefited most, because they haven't had to worry about tech since I've been with them.
Nice.
Like, not once. Maybe a tech story there is like, oh, what's going on here? This report looks a bit inaccurate.
Yeah.
Can you look at it? Instead of going in, looking at it, contacting Lightspeed, contacting StoreKit.
Yeah.
Even on shift, if you're on the bar and an order hasn't come through from a provider or a partner, and then you contact that partner and they're like, oh no, it's the other partner, and then they go, oh no, it might be your Wi-Fi.
Do you mean the passing of blame? Because
Exactly.
I've been there. And
you probably get the brunt of it.
Yeah, but to be fair, POS companies are scared of us, because what happens is, like you, we know the POS.
Exactly.
So we go in and go, this works, that's happened, that printer's working fine, that order's come through, and they go, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, that service isn't running on the server, so we'll go fix it for you. But thanks for letting us know.
Yeah.
So other than what would normally happen is that the blame would be passed. You'd go to IT and IT would say, not us.
Deflect.
Yeah, I've been shouted at by POS companies before. This is years ago, but they literally, you don't know what you're talking about. And then half an hour later, you called about this. Yeah, you were right.
Magic.
But at least you had to say that. But okay, nice. So yeah, but funneling it all the operational stuff, because sometimes POS is hard. Sometimes some POSs are easier, but onboarding's hard. If you choose to self-onboard, which is because the POS company might give you a price to onboard, and if you choose self-onboard, then people really get stuck. Because I can do this, and then halfway through they're like,
shit.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing, is I think because Mike says it, and I've stolen it from him, is good tech implemented badly is bad tech.
Yeah.
Mike Enslin from Lightspeed. And it's very true. Whether it's sold by the POS company or whether they do it themselves, I think there's a marginal difference, because the POS company, depending on the POS company, their implementation team, might not know the business as well, might not do it in person, might prefer remote calls, a certain cadence. They've got other businesses to deal with, etc. So then you end up with, actually, to be honest, the worst case scenario is doing it yourself, because you give up halfway through. You're like, oh, let's doing the basics.
Yeah. I'll be right. Well, I'll go back to that. It will be that, and then opening.
In a month, you're in spreadsheets again.
Yeah.
Because you didn't set up your tills properly.
Yeah.
We didn't link to the POS properly. The inventory.
Well, you haven't got printers set up right.
Exactly. Printers are down, but I did it myself, and it's bollocks, because the IP's changed from whatever to whatever.
Not if you're using MAC addresses. Anyway, let's not go into tech. But okay, fine. So then, so the word PreShift comes from that PreShift meeting, basically.
Exactly, yeah. That PreShift meeting and I just really value
I was
that.
thought of that previously here. Was it when you said, because it's sorry to say, it's a freaking awesome name.
It's a good name.
And it's a great name. And I wouldn't even thought about it. And then when I talk to people about it, I'm like, they do this, and this is the name of the brand because of blah 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 blah, and they're like, that makes sense. It's like it's a name that makes sense.
It does.
Do you know what I mean?
Like I call it a Ron Seal type in it. Some other businesses in the past.
It does what it says on the tin.
Exactly.
Yeah, it does what it says on the tin. That's what you should say on the website. Nice.
So yeah, that's where it.
So it's just started with you.
Just started with me,
and then
the Philippines team.
Say again.
A small team in the Philippines.
Okay.
Big shout out to you. She's incredible and just a rock star who, I really value that team out there.
Yeah.
And we'll pay them a higher rate than they would be paid out there anyway.
Yes.
Put a lot of training into them, because I'm not generalizing here. There's a work ethic with Filipino people that they really get it. They enjoy work and they enjoy the rewards.
Yes.
They enjoy getting work done.
What did you build that team to do for you?
A lot of the heavy lifting. So
Yeah.
I would do initially, my interview process would be, here's a fake spreadsheet to kind of clean up that data, put it into this format, change languages.
Yeah.
Moving from this POS to this, right? And it was old exports I've had, etc. And give them a little trial, pay them for the trial. Off the back of that, judge their work, offer them some paid work. And what they would do is they're not customer facing at the minute.
Yeah.
Well, now they are starting to be, so they're in the support groups, etc.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of the heavy lifting. So a lot of the manual work, a lot of the admin work,
There's something that would basically, he normally would charge someone like 10 grand to sit and we'll move everything for you, we'll change figures over, but don't worry, it's only cost you 20 grand because our team is sitting here just crunching numbers.
Except,
So you're getting, is that setting up stuff as well? Or is it more of just bringing the numbers out and making it look pretty?
bringing the numbers out, make it, well, so to be very clear, like setting up a new POS, for example, I would ask them in the early days to translate everything, put it in the right columns, put it in the right format. I will check, I will import, I will build the menus, right? Because it's too much to be just offloading.
Yeah.
It's insane. And now, learning.
Yeah.
We're getting them up to level. So
that's amazing.
Still not customer facing in terms of account management,
yeah.
But I can confidently say Trisha could easily, launch a venue, to be honest,
amazing.
Which is incredible.
So you train them basically in, what is it, Lightspeed?
Lightspeed, Straw Kit, they know Cobas, they know Tavalis.
This is nice.
Yeah, because we're not partners with a lot of them.
Funny enough, I spoke to a friend of mine who's from South Africa, and he was like, we could set up a team to do the onboarding for others. And it's sort of
Ross?
A bit, yeah.
Growth to
yeah. Hi, Ross. And he was like, you could do, but you could theoretically, well, is the plan to potentially outsource, make that team excellent and outsource, or just only do it for you guys?
Absolutely not. Only for us guys. The reason is hospitality is human to human. I would never want to automate it.
No, I don't mean that. I mean like, okay, so I'm a POS company. Yeah. My support's terrible. My onboarding's terrible. Yeah. I want you to expand your team and I want you to do all the onboarding for us because they understand it because you've trained them.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what Ross was saying. Build that team to do onboarding support.
Yeah. And
understand the ecosystem within there.
Inside and out. Yeah. And then they're your support.
Right.
Yeah.
So Tavalis support is a bit challenging sometimes. There are some other support companies out there that are pretty challenging. Yeah. There's some great products out there, but if there was better support behind it, rather than outsourcing it to like Ukraine where you can't understand someone, or goes to India or whatever it might be, these are challenges where you like Revel support was, I don't even know where it goes, you get sort of lost and they don't understand you. But if you could, I don't know, something you could potentially
100%, an avenue we're looking into, but I think
get your ducks in a row first, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, do your own stuff, and then when you've got resource.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's also bootstrapping. I'm very, very focused on bootstrapping and organic growth.
Yes.
I really, really believe in that, and I think
me too. It's the referral basis. There's no point. We the same. We don't advertise. We are present, which you need to be more present because you have some great brands, and just on your phone, going into Birdhouse, doing a freaking video of like, this is the tech, and showing how it works, and then just telling who you are is something you can do. You can be private, but you can have the PreShift socials because it's all about being present and telling the story. We're going to tell the story here anyway. We've done this. This is awesome. This will go on socials. So tough shit. You're now open.
And a big thank you, to be honest. I'm not. Well, it's spoke up your ass, but a big thank you for having me on as well. Like,
we met and we resonate. We started talking, and that was it. Really, like after a couple of minutes, we're like, yeah, same.
We should put this on the podcast.
Yeah, we should really put this on the podcast. And so, but I love the story as well, and it's really interesting to listen to you, the peaks and troughs of where you've been, because you've really been in and out.
Yeah,
which has really helped steep your career to understand hospitality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And both sides.
Because then, like, good salespeople love me. Bad ones do not like me because I can sit there in a room and I've heard this many times.
Yeah.
And I've been on the other side many, many times.
Yes.
Chatting shit.
Yeah.
Stop it. They want to buy it.
Yeah.
From this partner.
Yeah.
You're causing issues.
Yeah.
Let's just streamline the thing.
Yeah. So William Connors was here the other day, and he's been around for a while. So it's the same. He's like sitting there listening and going, yeah, you're not, and he does the spidergram thing with like how everything's connected to what, with the graph and everything else. And I think Chris's podcast the other day, I think had Stephen from Maragami was like, he called it the one plate of truth. Okay. Which I really like as well. And and I guess we could see you in the meetings with those companies, leading those meetings between all those partners.
So I do the opposite. Well, it depends on the client.
Yeah, of course. So the bigger ones would do that. I'm not talking about the smaller ones.
You'd be surprised, the bigger ones. So a recent big one, we're like, look, you just handle the sales process. Tell me what is right for me, and then I'll get into secondary calls, tertiary.
Okay, nice. I meant if they're already a client and then you've got a challenge, so everyone sits down in a round table of, right, this is the challenges we have. Yeah. This is what we want to achieve, and so on. So I was one recently where you had like Tenzo, Lightspeed, Choice Baked. You had like a lot of different people in there all talking to each other. And that was really nice. Yeah. That's rare to have it's for bigger brands to have it, but smaller brands don't have that. But that's really nice. So they put the trust in you to say, right, we'll go for it. Yes. And then when it comes to you filter out the shit.
Exactly. Which is filter through it. And then a lot of sales calls, I'll just sit in the background quiet, and then after.
And then red buzzer. Do you do this? Exactly. You press the button and go, I just have to interject a second. Bullshit.
No,
yeah.
And straight after.
Okay,
so I have a little retrospective and go, okay, this was the truth, this was a lie, this was a truth. I think
so fresh.
Next call.
Yeah.
Let's talk to him about this. So then the next call is 30 minutes. Hey, Matthew. There's no Matthews I'm dealing with very specific. Or John or any other name. We brought up this last time. Can we delve further? Because I don't think this might be accurate.
Yeah.
What's the actual roadmap on that? Can we get that in writing? Etc. 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 Rather than calling people out, I'm not there to cause friction. It's more.
You're too calm for that.
Yeah, exactly. Way too calm.
You're after the fact. Yeah, exactly. You're the one that sends those long emails, don't you?
My problem is the reason I'm calm is once it starts. If I bring it up in the meeting, I can get quite
irate.
So yeah.
You're lying.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why are you lying? And I can't control my language sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not professional.
I get that. And you learn from those conversations.
Exactly.
I let people. Okay, this is awesome. So the team will do the setup. You'll potentially, for the customer, will take care of the transition of whatever tech stack they need. Will you then do that one plate of truth of, right, this POS, this stock control, this labor inventory system, and then do you end up doing the change management as well?
Excuse me. Sorry.
That's all right.
So this, I feel like we're selling PreShift. I'm not here for that, but it's kind of.
Well, no, we are because we've talked about your story. Fair. So the story we've gone through your story. There you go, sir. Have some water. We've gone through the story. We've gone through your history. And now we're transitioning into the company which you're building, and we can talk. It's not like it's a, hey mate, how's it going? Yeah. So we've done that flow in here, and in my questions, we're tech innovations with PreShift founding. We're talking about PreShift. Yeah. So you're too humble. You need to be seriously it's like we sort of do this, and don't worry, we take all the worry away from the hospitality operator and do it for you. But that's just what we do.
It's okay. You don't have to pay us. It's not out of shyness. It's out of the walking before I can, not running before I can walk. I don't want to overpromise,
No, I get that. But the nice thing to hear, which I haven't heard from many people, is we work with other consultants and they go, right, this is the POS. They bring the POS in for the meeting. This is the thing. They're bringing this into the meeting. So the client's like bamboozled because the consultant's like, what stock control, what labor I do, they're like, and they are either chef owner operator or their investor. They don't give a two hoots about it. They just want the site open. Exactly. They want the tech partners to all work together, and then they want to be a thumbs up from the consultant.
Exactly. And
that's quite nice and refreshing that you're doing it the other way. You're doing that way where you're taking the friction out of it.
Exactly that. So there's many problems in the hospitality industry in the tech purchasing kind of massive issues. And
so what do you do about what about the change? Because I mentioned about change management.
Yes.
So if you've gone, right, this is what happens, this is the POS, you've got it all signed off, and then do they use you? Are they using you for the change management? Because that's a big challenge. Everyone talks about projects and change management.
Because look, I quite I kind of resent the term consultant.
Yes.
I think it comes off a tweet I read from Steve Jobs saying, like, in my head as well, a consultant comes in, tells you what to do, pisses off, and like, sure, problem.
Yeah.
Antithesis of what we do. I want to be there for the good times and the bad times as well. So from the start, when you're engaged with a customer as us, we start the discovery process, not giving too much away here, but we start the discovery process, start shopping on your behalf, building out solutions for you, presenting them solutions, right? Okay. In that discovery process as well, we're discovering it internally. So departments, we're speaking to your accounts, your ops, your finances accounts, another department, front of house, owners, etc. Kitchen, whoever's involved, and managing expectations. Because there's not, and I stand by this, I will die on this hill, there's not one solution that will tick everybody's boxes. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Never.
So that's the problem that people get into, is when you suggest a solution and put it in, someone's suffering, but they're not ready for it. So you haven't prepared them. So we go
also manage training's difficult.
As well. And revolving door. People are coming and going. That GM that's there, they might be gone in 6 months.
Correct.
And then someone comes in with their spreadsheets who's used to Zone or not used to Lightspeed.
I don't know how this was.
Exactly.
I'm going to change everything.
Gone. Yeah. So we're the lighthouse in there. Like, okay.
I like that. We'll use that. Seriously. That's really good.
Just to focus, there's one source of truth.
Yes.
For all tech knowledge within your company. It's your outsourced IT department.
Yeah.
And kind of. So we'll manage that. So we'll discover all solutions. This is where accounts might suffer. This is where reservations might take a hit, but ops are going to love it. So where's the balance? Where do we strike a balance? What do you think's right for you and your team? And then we'll sit all together, hash it out, manage them expectations, then start the negotiation and sales process and manage that sales process. Then once they're signed, it's a lot.
It's a lot, but no one has time to do it. But it's sad. I mean, you're blowing my mind of it, because if someone they've done it before, they'll do it again. But there's not many people that can do all of it.
No, true. It's been tough, to be fair, just being alone for that while. But now we'll get onto the team and stuff. But then we do the tech change as well. So full tech change management. And we have partnered with ePossibility for another customer who did it all. And it was a beautiful partnership. Shout out to you guys. Robbie, Rich, Beth.
They do it well.
Yeah, they really do it well.
Yeah, and they lock shit down.
Exactly. And so we do the tech change management as well. So we'll kind of make sure everything works, make sure everything integrates, install, onboard, train.
But not only that, you're there on day, on launch day, on on setup. You're like,
I do open till close. I do AFD all fucking day in hospitality. So we do an AFD open till close, because what else? How am I gonna, with a straight face at 8 p.m. be like, I'm leaving? You do the cash up, mate. See you later. Yeah. Oh, that's rough. Not every single one. I'm
going to post this online, and all the podcast is going to go, bastard. He's giving us a bad, but it's true. You could, the go live support I've seen is like, hey, we're here for 3 hours for lunch, and they're going to go, and then dinner
video, and I have to do cash up, and then you 11 p.m. with a new pos. Shitting you out.
End of day reporting.
End of day report on a brand new pos, and you're on your own. And the staff are like, I've messed this up. This receipt's wrong. The payments went wrong here. And you're like, I just want to go home. And immediately, like, I don't like
So are you just sitting in the corner waiting? Because I remember I used to do when I've done installs before, or we go to clients like QSRs and stuff. I would just sit and they were like, do you want lunch? And I was like, I can't have lunch, shouldn't really. But you know what? That's fine. I've grabbed the sandwiches I'm sitting in the corner, and and the queue just goes giant, and I'm sitting there, and then the manager's just winking it. Like that, or someone run over and go, can you come over? So I have a look, and they've just like messed it up, or someone's ripped some stuff. Someone's pulled some cabling out by trying to get like a tray out or something.
The till rolls ran out.
Why is it not printing receipts? I've been in there, but that's really nice to see on the go live, especially
from POS companies. So like resource wise, how can you resource for that for a full day AFD? Obviously you can have 2 people on there, and as we grow as well, obviously the team's growing, so we'll split it. Someone will do the open and someone will do the close. I will never move away from doing them first initial closes, because that's where
the learning is. That's what the
learning happens as well. You have to be hand in hand. And hospitality, we're not going to sit and watch a fucking video. It's just not going to happen.
Okay, so let's move on to the growth of the company.
Yes.
So that's recent?
Very.
Yeah. So how did that happen?
Patrick,
were you like, fuck, I need more people?
Exactly that. And I'm the kind of person, so all my customers are on 30-month rolling contract. I'm not selling PreShift there. I'm saying
30 day.
30 day. Jesus Christ, imagine a thing.
30 month. I was like,
Jesus. Serious
contract. I was like, lucky you.
Purely for the reason of, if you want to work with me, I want to work with you.
I like that.
And it's not the same but it leads me into the team, people that I want to work with.
Yeah, but I think the trust in hospitality is there
Yeah.
as well. So they have the opportunity to go if they want to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly that. So the team came about. Patrick has been with us for about 5 months now.
Yeah.
Doing other stuff on the side, just helping out as much as he can.
So he was really doing some stuff with you.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's head of F&B. So we do other projects outside of it as well, which sort of surround ancillary services.
Yeah.
So, for example, for a client now, we're looking at a CPU,
Oh, nice.
central production unit, I think.
Yeah. CPU. Yeah.
And so we do like menu development as well, if very ancillary, like if they want it. So he's leading that side of the project and the inventory side
Yeah.
of projects as well, because he loves that side of it.
Yeah.
Really, really enjoys the food side of it. So he's been with us for a little while. Jacques, who left hospitality, moved into IT and is looking for an opportunity, really. So he's sort of part-time.
Nice.
At the minute. And then Andrew, the shining jewel in my crown, is ex-Oaxaca, Gales, Byron, etc. Patrick.
He's the one you
ex-
stick up front. That's why
Exactly.
you put him up front.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He didn't do that slide deck, by the way. That's why he was reading it. He was like, I'll do the presenting.
Yeah.
Just tell me what to say. But he's fantastic. And Patrick also from a very strong background of really nice restaurants. Like he's in with like Fergus Henderson and worked with like really nice independent restaurants. Genuinely the best chef I've ever worked with. A person from Dubai flew over and tried his falafel as it was an investor in a previous restaurant, and he said, Palestinian fella, he said the best falafel he's ever tried.
So what's his role?
Who? Patrick.
Yeah.
Head of F&B.
Okay.
So he looks after all the inventory and the food side.
Nice. So you're doing food development as well now?
Exactly.
In there. So that's expanding the breadth of what you do.
Exactly.
Nice.
The main focus will always be tech, but
Yes.
if the client wants something, we don't want to water it down too much, but if we have...
But does he do other stuff as well?
Yeah.
So he helps with everything because he's probably operational as well a little bit, no?
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
He was a head chef for many, many years.
Yeah.
He knows the industry inside and out. Yeah.
Nice.
Andrew came in as... he was actually a client in a company.
Yeah.
One of my clients. And left, things changed, wanted to move on. And I took the opportunity. I was like, Andrew, you've got to, and he loves tech so much, and he actually gets it as well.
Nice.
He's from a background of implementing hospitality tech and also IT in the past as well.
Nice.
Big companies as well, and brings an operational brain that I don't have. My ops roles were 2 to 3 sites, like very.
Yeah.
His for 20, 25,
Oh, amazing.
75 actually.
Really?
With Byron. So the breadth of knowledge that he brings and where we are right now, I'm very, very excited, to be honest.
Yes.
As to how the next quarter's looking, how 2025 is going to look with these people with incredible brains that actually care about customers, that get what PreShift wants to do, take that stress away from operators.
It's a killer. I speak to people all the time and operators, and the one key indicator for every customer that's in the smaller ones is I don't have time. I don't have time. Like I went to a client down the road from here, and the GM's gone. She's taken over, and she's like, I'm ripping everything. Like literally. And so the first meeting was for IT side. She goes, come in. First it was the email, we don't need you anymore. And I was like, look, let's come over. Let me come in and have a chat. And she goes, oh no, we do need you. I get it now. But what do we do for this? What do we do for that? Because the other guy was not telling anyone. Oh. We sat down and we just went through it all, and they're a Lightspeed customer as well.
I love it.
And it was really interesting to have a chat and have the conversation and so on. So I think it's really interesting to see what you do with that and also help them more, because she said, I am here AFD, and it's stressful.
It's so stressful.
Because there's a small team.
You've got your day job. You've got your operation.
Yeah, their job is to make money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not, and to be honest, that's how people lose jobs as well. If you're not an expert in that field and you bring in a bad pause and make a bad decision, you're next on the line.
Yeah.
Because you've got other stuff to deal with. You've got plumbing issues.
Yes.
You've got cakes that haven't turned up, and a staff member's just...
Yeah, it was like marketing as well. Marketing, Vixel from Daytalk said to me that, I said the other day, not to me, that the biggest thing marketers do is stick a toilet sign on the door that says we're out of order.
Yeah.
The same with operators as well. There's so much to do on a daily basis. If you can help with just part of it, it takes them off their shoulders.
Exactly.
So, and I guess for you, it's similar to us. The more you can make them operationally sound, the more money they'll make because they'll bring more customers, the more staff they'll keep, and the more sites they open.
Exactly that.
And that's our thought process as well.
Definitely that.
Amazing.
And the opposite of that is smaller businesses getting hoodwinked by
Yes.
early POS companies, etc., where it's the cornerstone, it's the bedrock of your business. And to not have something solid, honestly, with such slim margins in hospitality as they are, so many variables, not having your foundation right.
I think the thing as well is that with your 30-day thing, I think that really makes it easy to someone to do. So with the captive thing, we do with the same. Like you can test it if you like. If you see the value in it, keep it. If you don't see the value, then go.
Exactly that.
But they see the value in it, and off they go.
Exactly.
So awesome. And then you talked about like building a dashboard. Is that what you want to do? You want to end up pulling data in to like a dashboard as such?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So there's visibility for the operator. Has not tens is a bit different, but you were talking about more operational stuff.
The operational stuff, ideal would be a integrated one-click PreShift.
Yeah.
Just click a button.
Oh, that's nice.
You've got your PreShift loaded.
Is that in development now then? Are you building it now with the other team in the Philippines?
Yeah. Nice. Miscommunication's bad enough.
Oh yeah.
Really bad. And there's stuff on WhatsApp. I emailed you the other week. Bollocks.
Yeah.
It's just, it has to.
Are you plugging WhatsApp into it?
Ideally.
We'll have to talk about this. I want to see. I need to see more of this. But
essentially, that a one-click PreShift, just one source of truth.
Nice.
I can log on to, and we do not want to take away from a PreShift briefing. It is so valuable. I'm not saying
you're a bolt onto it.
A bolt onto it.
Yeah, to make sure it gets done.
And on top of that, you've got you've got a revolving door, as I say. So imagine having a QR code that a temporary staff member can just scan and get their PreShift. They don't get any business sensitive information. You can control what permissions are on there.
Yeah.
But every single person is on the same board, on
the same level. Exactly. Nice. And then handover stuff too.
Exactly that.
Nice.
Shifts and everything in one place. Yeah.
So is that something you're currently in production with?
In production, but it's going to be kind of split. The service side of the business is our bread and butter,
of course,
and everything that we do, and the product will kind of be an add-on to our existing clients. Yeah, and maybe we spin that off and it becomes its own thing.
Yeah,
but baby steps.
It's a great name as well. Okay, so I mean, to be fair, the next question was the sort of the future as such, but we have talked about the future. To be fair, so that sounds really interesting, and it's nice to know more about how you are offsetting the heavy lifting. Yeah. Otherwise, you're sitting in front of a computer going the whole time.
I mean, look, there is a lot of that. Sorry, because we care a lot. There is.
It's for you to be present to the customer. Otherwise, you are behind the desk and not able to call anyone. Exactly. They're not able to speak to you. So I totally get it. But you've used your training to train them, which is different as well. You haven't gone to an outsource, IT company in India to handle all the phone calls, or an outsourced company that doesn't know anything. Exactly. That would be like, I'll take a call. What did you call for? My POS isn't working. I'll log a ticket for you, which happens. Like,
which POS do you have? Which location?
Yeah. Where are you? What's your service ID? What's your date of birth and your mother's maiden name? And you're like, we've in the past called POS companies, and if we don't have the ID number that they're stuck in the restaurant, they're like, we can't talk to you. And anyway, I digress. But this is really interesting. Right. Yeah, it's a killer.
That's where it comes in.
That's really interesting to listen. Your story is awesome as well. So we've got some great snippets coming. It's nice to see that you're building the app as well, because I think that will cement what you're doing as well, because then people can see the value of what you're doing as well, and then you can charge more. Okay, we're sort of to the end, so I'm going to give you a little round of applause and thank you very much, and thanks to them for you, because you like the air horn.
Westwood.
So
one more.
There we go. Good. Nice. I've got this one. No, about to the. There you go. We've got the record scratch too. Okay, so we're towards the end, and we have our standard questions. So thank you very much for coming. Our standard questions is best restaurant. Can you say that? Are you allowed to do your best restaurant? Okay, best restaurant. Yeah,
it's gonna have to be 2.
You can have as many as you like.
Smoking Goat.
Okay.
If I'm in a spicy mood.
Yeah.
Because. So there's 2 things, a lot of things. Consistency,
yes.
Wine, service, food, vibes, lighting, music, on point.
That's more than a few things, but yeah. It's got to be all together.
All together, has to be. And it has to be almost every time I go. So maybe I do start a PreShift star instead of Michelin star.
But that's a good idea. You could do.
Same venue.
None of your clients though, because they get really pissed off.
So there's Smoke and Go, if I'm in a casual friends, date, whatever. Leroy would be number 1.
Where's Leroy?
Phipps Street, right by Manteca.
Yeah.
1 star. They don't shout about it. Beautiful music on records all the time. The vibes are immaculate. Service is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Food is excellent. That's why they're consistently, and that's why they've got a star. They don't shout about the star.
That's nice.
But just every single time I've been there, it's blown me away. Just blown me away. It's such a beautiful restaurant. And I mention it to people like, oh, hey, should we go Leroy? And some people are like, I don't like the name. What are you even talking about? But I think it used to be Elroy, so they've owned that. Royale. They owned a chicken joint in East, I think. But incredible.
I have to try it out.
Just unbelievable. We'll go for lunch or something.
Thousands. Yes, please. Amazing. Best burger.
Bleecker.
I didn't even have to say the word, but Bleecker.
Bleecker, I would
Which
say.
one?
100%. Victoria.
No, but which Bleecker? Which burger? Which one?
Maybe do I go for?
Yeah.
So I make a mistake. First time I went, I made a mistake and I went rare for a. They shouldn't even offer medium rare for a smash burger. Like that's.
It's not smash burger though, is it? Come on, it's a burger. Yeah, they're not smash burger. Bleeckers nice and pink and juicy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay, I'm going wrong. Oh. Wait, best burgers, Sobe Burger.
Sobe burger. Okay, California style burgers.
Burgers,
okay,
etc. Bleecker, my personal, I absolutely love it. First time I went medium rare, it didn't hit it. I wanted the crisp, so well done, double bacon and cheese.
Really, well done. I can't do it. Literally, it's blasphemy.
But the thickness is they're very thin. That's the thing.
Bleecker. Well, compared to like a patty and bun style, yeah, they are.
Byron, remember Byron?
Yeah, Byron, yeah, big.
Yeah. Bleecker, they're fairly thin.
Yeah, quite small, but I
don't know. You've enlightened me. I thought they were smash.
Oh no. So if you go for like Supernova in that's
still not been.
I haven't been either. We should go. That's. I'd rather not go to Leroy and go to Supernova with you. No offense to Leroy, but that will be quicker. Well, I don't know, but that's more smash. It's crisp on the outside and so on. Bleeker's very much commitment to the burger. Don't ever tell Zan that you've asked for it well done because she'll slap you. Bleeker's one of my favourites too. So shout out to them. Best hotel.
Hotel.
Could be anywhere.
One, the Le Méridien in Cambodia, Angkor Wat, near the big temples and stuff. They have built their pool, and just because of the pool, they built their pool to resemble the temple.
Oh wow!
It is unreal. If anybody listens, give it a Google. It's insane. So
I'll put it in the show notes.
Around ruins almost.
Oh, awesome!
There's like different sections and fountains. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's 5-star. I'm not showing off, but cheap because it's Cambodia. Second one would be, and why am I doing 2 for everything?
You could do 2 substitutes.
Is a little private island off of Koh Samui in Thailand. I didn't know. This is back in 2000 and God knows, 12, 13. 80 quid a night.
Yeah. Do you remember the island name?
Front Villa. I will get it and I'll text it to you.
But perfect.
Koh something.
Yeah.
Right at the bottom, and they've changed the name of the hotel, but it's still the same operators.
Yeah.
And private island. You can go pick coconuts. There's one coconut hut.
Yeah.
And 80 quid a night for
on the
beach.
Yeah.
Private villa with a swimming pool. Unbelievable.
I have been to Thailand. I've not been to Koh Samui for a bit, but when I was in Thailand about 6 years ago, we took a boat and we went to this island called Ratcha, Koh Ratcha, or Ratcha Island. And I mean, we got off our little boat and there was like 6 of us, 7 of us, got off, walked down the little thingy, and literally a Bugatti sort of like a freaking, it was made by Bugatti, but it was a freaking speedboat, just literally went, and they came off dripping in diamonds, and we're like, we're in the wrong island. Is this the right island? And I think I'm in my kids start playing in the sand. These like really rich people come off and go on, but that island was beautiful. And you had, in the hills, you had the hostels, in the hills of the same island.
Proper mix.
Yeah, and then on the beach you had the high end, but yeah, Thailand's my favourite place to go. So
food as well. Yeah,
it is awesome.
It
is insane.
So
I my favourite place to go. I could live there if the time zone wasn't so bad. Okay, we're coming to the end, so I'll give you that again. We now have 2 questions for the next guest. I'm not going to tell you this one, so I don't know. To be fair, I'd have to look at my calendar. I don't know who's in next. So it's either operator, marketer. We've got loads of different people coming in from even actual operators as well coming in. So, and some of our clients. So, 2 questions for the next guest.
I think you've got one already of them. Like I wrote them down, but because you haven't talked about any negatives, so to say. So, what would you hate most about the industry?
Ooh.
What gets you the most? Like, what's a pet peeve?
Yeah,
in hospitality,
that's
could
good.
Be tech, could be whatever. And then it's a bit of a cop-out, but what do you love most? I might change that, because you already asked that, don't you?
Yeah, I did. I asked you.
Most about industry.
You could.
What's been your worst hospitality experience as a guest? So negatives.
Yeah, shout out that company. Yeah, absolutely.
Because nobody talks about that. But
No,
I
they
think that's
don't.
where the learning, I had a bit cringe, but that's where the learning comes from. It's
100%.
like, okay, I had a bad experience and I'm never going to do that again. Because there's one thing where I truly believe outside of military service, I'm going mad tangent here. Everybody outside of college should do a year in hospitality or retail.
I agree.
To treat you, to enable you to treat other people like a human being.
So one of the things I talk about with everyone, and I didn't ask you the question actually, is working in hospitality. That grounds you to understand people. Yeah. So my nephew worked in a pub down the road from his house for about 2 years on and off. And he knows how to deal with difficult people because you get drunk, you get whatever, and so on. And I did events, so I was on the door and running events and so on, left IT. So I've from IT to actually dealing with everyone, you understand how to understand people better. I think it's the empathy that does it. So I think if you're right, either military or hospitality, either or, have that role to make you understand people more, because I think it's empathy is a big piece, and I don't think everyone's got enough empathy.
And you can tell the kind of people that haven't worked a day in retail or hospitality either kind of.
They look at the hands, no cuts on for the lines.
They leave, food trays in food halls, just leave them on the table. If they go to Mackey's, everything's on the table.
Yeah, your mentality is like, I'm the same. I'll take my tray and put it over. Yeah,
you put your trolley back.
Yeah, it cuts me when my friends just leave, and I'm like,
what do you think about people leaving items on the wrong shelf? So you got beans and you put them next to the Smarters.
My ADHD would not like that at all.
I think
I would be moving. No, I'm older than you, so I would be like, it's not my problem anymore. So you'd look at it and go, start switching. But okay, so thank you for those questions. No, how do people find you? Don't give your email address, but how do people find you? Online or from LinkedIn that you don't use?
No, I don't use LinkedIn. I sometimes check it. Sorry if any messages are waiting.
Yeah.
I'm bad at that. At PreShift.co.uk.
Yeah.
PreShift __ on Instagram. LinkedIn is just PreShift.
Amazing.
And thank you for listening to me ramble. Thank you, Adam, for having me on. Genuinely, we could be off mic. Very, very, very grateful to you to have me on.
It was nice for you to come because he's a podcast virgin. So the first time, got on ours.
Exactly.
So next I'll see him on 17 other ones. I settled you in now. So
you'll see me on LinkedIn doing all the.
I hope so. I'm gonna make him. When we go out for lunch, I'm gonna make him go on to go on to and go walk in. Yeah. Do it from the third party.
Exactly.
It'd have to be you.
But on top of that, thank you for being. There's two kinds of. Well, there's many kinds of people, but there's one kind of person that uses these partnerships strategically, and then there's another kind of person that is that is genuine, that wants to help, that sees people doing the right thing and wants to build them up. And I think something you've done with many other people that I've spoken to, and you've got a very good name in the industry, but also Elliot Twice Baked, something that you worked with him on, and the vibe that we've had from the start as well. It's been
I resonate with loads of people, and I think for me this thing here is to tell people's story. And I like you being super humble, because he's super humble. And loads of other people as well. I'm doing this to tell. I don't really care about the podcast. I do care about the podcast. This is very much talking to people I know or have met, and share their story, because it's so interesting. Like the Mark McCulloch we've just released, Lucy from Airships are coming out just next. Nice. I've got loads of people coming up. I just did Josh and Me and You. I'm grateful. I mean, there is Mason. Yeah. I mean, I've got some awesome ones and they would have already been released after this. And I love the story, and also I like a bit of banter. So we go on for a bit. I'm sorry. We have gone on for a bit, but
outside of the podcast as well.
Yeah,
talking generally, you're very, very good.
I like connecting people as well. I think that's something that you're very much the same. I like to connect people to the right people.
It's very much.
So if I can't do it, I know someone else that can. Do you know what I mean? So, but yes, thank you very much for everyone. We're giving everyone a bit of a wave. Thank you.
And
last one.